All right, Sage, and we are back. I know that we took a week off for the holiday break,
Right.
so we got to catch up now. So tell me what you did while we were off.
Well, that was Thanksgiving, of course.
Yes.
And I did the most un-Thanksgiving thing, and I made lasagna.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just not big on the turkey, and we have a very small family, so I don't want to eat turkey for a week.
I'm the
So,
same way.
yeah. But you had the traditional meal. So I remember seeing your
So,
plate with the food touching.
yes, we went to Florida to surprise my grandma for
Uh-huh.
Thanksgiving, so we were gone for a week. We actually went to Honey Baked Ham and got slices of roasted turkey breast and slices of smoked turkey breast. And then we got sides from Popeyes. So from Popeyes, we got mashed potatoes, biscuits, of course. You have to have lots of water because when you're eating those biscuits, your mouth is dry.
Uh-huh.
And then we had mac and cheese, and we got a sweet potato pie from Publix.
Okay. So was the mac and cheese homemade or from Popeyes?
That was from Popeyes. Everything was
Okay.
from Popeyes because nobody wanted to cook. We were out of town in an Airbnb.
Hmm.
So we just did what was easiest and simple for us. And then we literally couch rotted the rest of the day
Okay.
and watched Jason Statham movies. It was fantastic.
Oh, I have to tell you what we watched on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Wicked, the first one.
Okay. How do you feel about it?
It was my first time watching it. I was like 15 minutes in, and I'm like, guys, I'm going downstairs. I can't do this anymore. So my
I,
son, he went and watched the second one, and he said it was even worse.
oh,
So yeah, my son watched the second one in the theaters the other day. He did not like the second one at all. I didn't like the first one. I will not be watching the second one.
I have not watched either. And I am not like a big musical person. So I will
Hmm.
probably never see either of those movies. I heard people loved the first one, but are not enjoying the second one so much, and they wish that they would have just done the one movie and it would have been perfect.
Well, I mean, if you're really into musicals, I can see how you would say that. The dresses that she wore were beautiful. I just want to point that out. Very
Okay.
magical. But that's the only good thing I can say about it.
Ooh. Well, I'm gonna skip that and not put that on my list.
Yes, definitely.
So, what else did you do over the break?
Oh, let's see. I have been watching documentaries like you wouldn't believe. I'm a documentary nerd. Are you?
Same. I love them.
Okay. So let me tell you some of them that I've watched. Simone Biles.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's a four-parter, and I've watched all four parts, and that girl is a powerhouse.
She is like just a tiny ball of energy and fire and strength.
Yeah.
So what was this on? Because I'd like to watch it too.
It's on Netflix.
Netflix? Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put that
Yeah.
on my list.
So it's four parts, and I guess what I got from it is that she is a powerhouse, but she's also just a really sweet person.
I love that. We need
Mhm.
more of that in this world.
We do. Yeah, I recommend that one. And let's see. Oh, I gotta tell you something. This is not about the documentaries, but I gotta tell you
Okay.
something. I might have sent this to you. I'm not sure. And just so our listeners know, I don't send her a lot of things and I don't talk to Harmony a lot throughout the week. It's just little tidbits because we want to keep it real for our program here.
Yes.
So, but did I send you the picture of J Lo? We talk about J Lo all the time of her Thanksgiving.
No, I
She
don't think I saw that.
supposedly, there's pictures. Okay, I will find these and send. I'm writing
Okay,
this down.
perfect.
J Lo Thanksgiving. Okay, so she was wearing like a silk dress and it's like off white or something like that. Something you would not wear in the kitchen on Thanksgiving. Okay,
Right.
because if there's gravy splatter, that thing's ruined. And
Absolutely.
she's like bending over and taking this turkey out of the oven and like being all traditional. And I was like, come on, girl, that was so fake.
That the way you describe it sounds so staged. It's like J Lo. Why are you wearing what you would wear to the Met Gala to your living room to your kitchen? Girl, stop.
I I don't know about you. I mean, I know there's some families who dress up for holidays. We don't do that. We are basically in our lounging clothes, and I may have flour all over me. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, for Thanksgiving, all of us were literally in what you call play clothes. So
Mm.
a t-shirt and shorts, and that was perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Same here. But let's see. I tried to watch the P Diddy documentary that just landed on Netflix.
Okay.
Okay, so I have been really invested in P. Diddy, and I mean, it's been years now. We've all been talking about P. Diddy, and
Mhm.
I watched like 30 minutes of it, and that was all I could handle. It is really good. So if you don't, I think if you're the kind of person who hasn't kept up with it, it's worthwhile. But for me, it was like news.
Yeah. I had it on in the background, so I'm on episode 3, but I feel like a lot of the things that they were saying I had already heard before.
Hmm.
The basketball stampede, I had already heard that, so it kind of felt regurgitated to
Yes.
me, so that's why I feel I wasn't totally in it while I was watching it.
However, it was well done.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will say that for sure.
So just finished like just a few minutes ago. Britney versus Spears. It's a 2021 documentary. And
Okay.
we love Britney, of course.
Absolutely, hugs for Brittany.
She needs them. And after
Yeah.
watching this documentary, yeah, extra hugs. I recommend, even if you are a Britney fan from the beginning, this is going to put a different perspective on it. So, Britney versus Spears.
Now what's this on?
It's on Netflix also. I'm a Netflix girl.
Netflix has everything. I jump
Hmm.
between, Netflix and Hulu so often.
I do. And there's some movies, though, that I have to go to Amazon Prime for. Hey, you know what? I don't know. They talked about this on Beyond the Blinds on the Patreon. And I'm going to say it here. Our streaming services are screwing us.
Woo!
Now, I have T-Mobile for my phone, and I get free Hulu and free Netflix. Thank God for that.
That is amazing. I need to switch
Yeah.
to T-Mobile, it sounds like.
Well, now it's with ads, but you can upgrade if you choose. But those ads give me a bathroom break or let me change the clothes out, the washer or whatever. So I like ads,
Same.
but
I'm not paying more.
I'm
Keep the
not
ads.
paying it. No, no, I get really upset about that. So Beyond the Blinds in that same episode, they talked about something I have thought about forever. We have lacked community because of TGIF. Remember TGIF? Everybody was watching the same thing. And you go the next day and you're talking about it, and y'all just can't wait until the next Friday. We don't have anything unifying like that anymore.
No, and I feel like TJF was really good water cooler talk. Like, did you see what
Hmm.
happened on Full House? Did you see what happened on Family Matters? And we weren't all just binging things,
Right.
and just on different episodes. And I do miss community like that.
I do. We have really lost that. And family matters. I mean, everybody knows when you say, "Did I do that?" They know what it means. But we
I
don't have that. Yeah.
Not at all. TV programs, I can't tell you what TV program you can actually sit down and watch with your family either.
Oh, that's
Because
true.
that was a big thing. You could watch Full House with your mom and dad. You could watch Family Matters with your mom and your dad. A lot
Yeah.
of this stuff, there's so much, sex and all and drugs
Yeah.
and all the things. I'm not comfortable to watch that with my parents.
Well, not only is it clean, or it was clean back then, it was funny for all ages.
Yes.
So
Everybody got something from those shows.
I don't think we'll ever get back to that if we have streaming services.
I agree. And I feel like now the shows that everybody does talk about is just your influencers, your TikTokers, your
Uh-huh.
secret lives of Mormon wives. So we're talking about that. But are we going to talk about them in 10, 20 years like we're still talking about Full House? Like we're still
Yeah.
talking about Family Matters? And I don't think that we will be.
Are you going to be watching Mormon Wives with your mom and dad?
Absolutely not.
No, or with your kids. I don't want to. I mean, I don't even watch Mormon Wives. It just does not appeal to me at all. But from what I know about it, I don't really want to watch it next to my kids.
No, I watched season 1. I haven't watched season 2 or season 3.
Okay.
So I'm super behind on it, but yeah, it's not a show that I'd sit down around the table with my family and watch.
Is that on Bravo?
It is on Hulu.
Oh, shocking. I
Mhm.
got to talk to you about this. See, we're going everywhere because we waited too long. We cannot have a 2-week break anymore.
No
Okay.
more vacations.
No vacations for us. No. This is kind of old news for me, but I haven't discussed this with you. Hunting Wives on Netflix.
Oh my gosh. When I was driving back, I almost put that on our list of things to talk about. I was obsessed.
Me too. I watched and speaking of binging, I'm guilty. I binged the hell out of that one.
I watched it in a weekend. It had me hooked, and I'm actually a really big, Britney Snow fan. I just
Me
love
too.
her. So
Mhm.
I'll watch anything she's in.
She's a great actress.
She really is so
Oh,
good.
we need to put Pitch Perfect on our list. Writing that
Oh,
down.
yes. I've seen the first one. I saw the first
Okay.
one. I think I
I've seen the
tried to watch
second.
the second one, and I don't
Okay.
think it did it for me, so I turned it off.
Okay. Well, that is more musical, and I don't know if you like that or not. So I know you're anti-musicals.
Yeah. I
Okay.
could probably
Well,
get through it.
okay. We'll see. Oh, so yeah, Hunting Wives. Speaking of things to not watch with your parents or children, you need to lock the door and watch that like real late at night when everybody's sleeping.
Absolutely. I will tell you this. So at work, sometimes we'll just be talking about the things that we're watching, and that came up, The Hunting Wives.
Mhm.
And I was like, because the rest of my team has kids. And I said, make sure you do not watch this when your kids are at home because those girls are naked.
Oh,
They're
yes.
getting to it.
And they are, just so our listeners know, they're having very, very inappropriate sex. And I'm not a prude, but I'm telling you, like illegal, inappropriate sex. So,
Underage minors kind of sex, like completely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only reason that was allowed to fly on TV was because the women were doing it with the boys. Now, if these were grown ass men doing it with the girls, we'd all be up in arms right now.
Absolutely. It is a complete double standard because wrong is wrong.
It is wrong. A
And
child is a child.
period. And Margot, I think her name is, needs to be underneath somebody's jail with P. Diddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Ugh. I am to the point where pedophilia is getting way too common for me.
It really
Yeah.
is. It's just like people are so comfortable. And then I didn't read all into it, but the fact that somebody has to say, I'm 15 and I'm still a child, why
Yeah.
don't people realize that and recognize that and acknowledge that already?
If you are attracted to someone who's a child, seek help.
Absolutely. I
Therapy.
I'll see on like Instagram where it'll pop up where I was 17 and he was 25 and I'm like that is wrong.
Well,
That's not okay.
let me talk about that, okay? Because I grew up before you, I'm quite a bit older than you, and in a very traditional conservative area and with a traditional conservative family. I was 16 and dating a 21-year-old.
Oh, and your parents were okay with it?
Yeah, because I was expected to get married.
Got you.
Now,
Okay.
I moved away from that place, estranged myself from my family, and got an education. And I now realize that was grooming.
Absolutely. I tell you what, one of my first jobs, I was 16, I worked in the fast food industry and there was this boy that I liked. He was 24 and he liked me and was showing me some interest. And at that time I was like, "Oh, this is cool. An older boy
Mhm.
likes me." But as I got older, I was like, "That's disgusting. Ew."
Oh, I know. Well, listen to this. We were driving down Main Street as people used to do in the day when gas was cheap, and he passed me in this red Trans Am, and he was yelling at me, "Hey, stop!" Well, like an idiot in the 90s would, I stopped. And now I would tell my daughter, "Don't ever stop like that," right? But he's like, "Man, you look so pretty. I want to get to know you." And that's how we started dating. And I thought up until, no, listen to this, until last year when I was telling this story to my kids, I thought it was the most romantic thing on earth. And they were like, "Holy cow, that's creepy as heck."
Mhm. And I'm glad that they were able to pick up on those signs.
I know. Thank God for that. I mean, at least they have the
And
smarts that I did not have.
we live and we learn and you realize, okay, this is not okay. And you when you know better, you do better.
Absolutely. So, speaking of pedophilia, not my favorite topic, but it's kind of common nowadays. Have you been
Gross.
keeping up with the news about the coach from Virginia?
No, update me. What's happened?
So, he's in part of Virginia that's Appalachia. So, it's right there by West Virginia, Kentucky. Very, very mountainous. Okay. So, got to keep that in mind. His dad was a football star in the county, and I think he coached. And then this guy becomes a football star and he coaches his son, who's a football star. So, like, there's a legacy here. Very well known man. And the cops were coming to question him about sexual material and about actually, I forgot how we would say that, trying to set up a date with a child. There's a word for that. I can't think of it right now. So
Jesus.
before they get there, apparently somebody tipped him off. He goes out in the woods, again, very mountainous. So, yeah, keep this in mind, okay? With a gun, which is, I mean, if you live in that area, if you're going out in the woods, bringing a gun is kind of a good idea. So, that in itself is not too weird. But he hasn't been found in over 2 weeks. Now, keep in mind, I know it's cold right now, but the FBI is after him.
Yeah.
The marshals are after him, and they've put out a $1,000 reward for him, okay? And if he were dead in those mountains, you would see buzzards flying around, and there have been no buzzards, okay? So it is thought that somebody might have picked him up and taken him somewhere. Now, keep in mind, I'll send you a link to what he looks like.
Okay.
But let me tell you, he looks like any 40-year-old white man. That's what he
Geez, so
looks like.
he's gonna blend in anywhere.
Oh, if he moved here, I think he's just any old guy. Yeah,
Yeah. Like
yeah.
nothing special about you. You're very
Mm-mm.
basic.
Oh, basic. Yeah, definitely basic. So that's going on right now. And yeah, I've been keeping up with that for 2 weeks. Like, and after a week goes by and you're not seeing buzzards, he's not there.
Absolutely not. And when they find him, I hope they find him soon. Whoever
Mhm.
picked him up and helped him, they need to go to jail too.
Whoever tipped him off needs to go to jail.
That too, because those type of people don't work alone.
That's right. Yeah. And they go into sports coaching and stuff like that too.
Yes, or they go into being pastors and preachers
Yeah.
and they go into positions where kids look up to them and
Yeah.
kids think the world of them and it makes it easier for them to groom them and it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
As parents, we cannot let our guard down and just assume that a person's decent just because of their position.
Absolutely. You know what's interesting? I love to watch this show called Unsung, and they did
Oh,
an episode about the group called Black. They sang that song, 808 Left Eye Discovered Them.
okay.
So, one of the fathers of one of the girls, he was saying they were 15, 16 at this time, and they were going on tour. They were going on a bus tour. And the managers were telling the parents, oh, you guys can't come on the tour. Only the girls can come. So the father
Mm,
said, either I'm on this bus or she's not on this bus. And guess what? Daddy was with her lock and step. And that's the way it should have been. And I feel like so
yeah.
many Hollywood parents just are, okay, yeah, take my kid and do whatever. Protect your child. Hollywood is weird. The world is weird.
We should not have to tell people this.
Absolutely.
This should be instinctual.
It should be common sense. And then that's another thing. When I was watching the R. Kelly docs that are on Netflix, I was just thinking in my mind, you've already had one rumor about this man doing something
Hmm.
with an underage child. Why would you send your daughter to be alone with this man?
I'm not taking a chance with my children. Let's get that very clear.
Absolutely not.
There are many reasons why I have not dated since becoming single 10 years ago. But one of them is a man's not coming into my house and putting my children at risk.
Absolutely. And when people are dating, you don't every person doesn't need to meet your children. Every
Uh,
person couldn't meet my dog when I was dating. You think
yeah,
they could meet my kid if I had one?
exactly. But there are women out there who are so hungry for love, they move these men in.
And it's
That's not
just
happening.
ridiculous.
No.
It's just, oh God,
I'd rather live in a shack and be poor than have to allow some man that I really don't know that well around my children. And if you think you
absolutely.
know them well, do you really?
Exactly. Have you even done a background check? Like,
Yeah,
how long have you been talking to this person?
exactly. And women should do more background checks on the guys they date.
Absolutely. It's free. So I'm in one of those groups called Are We Dating the Same Guy?
Oh,
And
spicy.
I tell you what, there are so many times that women in that group will post a guy's mugshot and say, are there any red flags here? And I'm just like,
A mugshot?
the mugshot itself is the red flag.
Oh My
You
gosh.
know?
Oh
Like,
my
that's the red
gosh.
flag in itself.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Bottom of the barrel.
I know. But our children deserve so much better.
Absolutely.
Oh, I sent you a link to a song about Clueless. Did you read that? Did you listen to that?
I did not yet, but I'm
Okay.
excited to check it out.
That's one of my favorite singers. She's new,
Okay.
Brittany Moore. You need to check her out. Yeah, it's called Clueless, and it references the 1990s and the movie to some extent. Hmm.
Ooh, okay. So once we're done recording, I will definitely be listening to that because you know I love
Yeah,
me some music.
it may not be your style, but it's a really good and just really relevant to what we've been talking about. So,
Absolutely. I will check that out. Speaking of music,
yeah.
are you a YouTube wrapped, Apple wrapped,
Hmm.
Spotify wrapped girly? Because it's that time of year.
YouTube. I got it. I know what you're talking about. So, did you get
Yes.
yours?
Yes. So I'm in this like weird state where I started off part of the year with Spotify and
Uh-huh.
then I ended the year with Apple Music. So I have like
Okay.
two of them. So it's
Okay.
very interesting to me.
Okay. So, what does yours look like?
So mine is all over the place. I want to say my top album of last year was Beyonce Renaissance.
Okay.
I'm still obsessed with that album. It's
Okay.
so good. Olivia Dean, of course, was one of my top
Hmm.
albums. I'm always listening to The Man I Need.
Okay.
And then just a lot of early 2000s. So Spotify told me, based on the music I listened to, they guessed that my age was 38, which is spot on because
Okay.
I'll be
Okay.
38 on Monday.
Did they guess your astrological sign? Because they got mine right on point.
They didn't guess that.
You need to go on there. I don't know if yours is different than mine, but yeah, that was one of the things they can guess on mine. So they were like, "Well, you're got like solid roots, but you're fiery. You're a Taurus."
I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah, I am. So Olivia Dean, can I talk about her for just a second?
Absolutely.
She's been in the news. Did you see that?
For good reason, because
Yes.
she's letting Ticketmaster know what they're doing is not okay, which
Yeah.
makes me feel like, why didn't all the other artists do that? Because this has been going on for a long time.
There have been some these artists who've done it, but there hasn't been anybody recently. So good
Yes,
for
it's
her.
like Beyonce, Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Where are you guys at?
Oh, Taylor Swift. I have so much to say about that, but we'll save that for a different day.
We'll do a Taylor Swift deep dive one day.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. So I listen to music mainly whenever I'm cleaning the house, and there's nothing like cleaning to Pitbull, by the way.
I love Pitbull. I want to go see him live. It's on
You
my
know,
bucket list.
he's an experience. And I agree.
Yes.
If you see him coming, locally to somewhere between us, let me know.
Yes,
And we
let's
will
do it.
have the little bald head thingies.
I'm so down.
So I follow him on TikTok, and he has all these inspirational sayings. Him and Snoop Dogg. I mean, they're just like keeping me on my toes, and I have to appreciate that. So,
I love that.
yeah, but mine's mostly for house cleaning and working out. So my number one album was Tyler Childers' Eating Big Time, which I know you're not
What?
a
You
really
told me
not
about that.
knowledgeable, but it's a really good album. But then my second one is Old 60. Are you familiar with them?
No,
They're kind of rock, okay? They got some country a little bit, but mostly rock. They're from my hometown of Hallsville, Kentucky,
that's
which is
awesome.
an hour and a half west of you.
Also, not far at all.
No, they're just really cool. So they have this song called "Smoke and a Light." Oh my gosh, it is so good, and I just love working out to that song. And they have another one called "Dust to Dust." Great workout songs. So if you get a chance, I mean, gotta support our Kentuckians, right?
Absolutely. I definitely will check those out. I love a good workout song that'll get you pumped up.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I've been listening to a lot of mashups of like hair bands and rap together. Holy cow, I just love that. There is nothing better than working out to that.
I'm really weird too. I'll also work out to like Beyond the Blinds or Dateline,
Yeah.
and I'm just in there listening.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on like the kind of workout you're doing.
Yes, agreed.
If it's cardio, no, you can't really do that.
No, if I'm doing yoga though, I'm like, I can listen to the
Sure.
podcast during yoga.
Did you listen last night to, the Patreon one about Josh Duggar? Speaking of
No, not
pedophiles,
yet.
another
Speaking
pedophile
of,
reference. It's a really good one. Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
I am very knowledgeable on the subject, but it was still good. Yeah.
See, I didn't watch the Duggars or like pay too much attention. I've heard about him before, and I know he's a
Mhm.
nasty creep,
Yeah.
but I'm not well versed on that family as a whole entity.
I am, especially the beginning of it. I'm sort of really into that. And I haven't asked you this. I was going to. Are you into cults? Like not joining one? I'm not asking if you want to join one. I'm asking if you're into studying cults.
I will study a cult. Definitely never joining a
Yeah.
cult.
Yeah, I wasn't offering that. But I am all about cults, and they're from the IBLP, which is well, a lot of people think it's a normal church. I think it's a cult.
Okay.
So things like that are fascinating to me, which is why I know so much about them.
I love that. Yeah, send me your recommendations.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can talk all day about this. I've been studying them for years.
I love that.
So you chose the movie,
Yes.
and I had never
So
seen it.
I am so excited to get your take because
Mhm.
the quote we led off with is she doesn't even go here. And you had heard that quote, but you didn't know what it was from.
And I had to watch the whole movie to get to it because it's at the
Yes.
end.
Yes. So, of course, we're talking about Mean Girls.
Yeah.
So, Sage, give me your
Yeah.
thoughts.
Okay. So, I'm a homeschool mom. So none of my
Yes.
kids have been to public school, though I did go to public school. So I was actually talking to my 19-year-old son before we started recording, and he had just watched it. His girlfriend made him watch it. So,
Yes.
how
For
our
the first time.
yeah, so coincidental. So we were laughing at the homeschool references because we too have to say we're not those weird conservative religious homeschoolers. We're like, we're cool. Okay, we're cool people,
Yes.
secular and liberal. So that was really funny that we related so much to that. Now we are much more social, and my kids have been involved in like everything under the sun. So they didn't have the click problem, but they know how to socialize. So
Okay.
that was a little different. And I didn't know Tina Fey and Amy Poehler were in there. I
Yes.
was like, "Holy cow, this is gonna be good."
Amy was the cool mom.
Oh, the way she played that was so good because everybody knows one like that.
You know who it very much gave me, and she didn't come out until later, but it gave me Kris Kardashian.
I was thinking it. Oh my gosh, speaking of Kris Kardashian, see, I have a list of things I need to talk to you
Yes.
about. Have you seen her facelift and, like, how it's because a facelift, it changes over the weeks. It gets better, like, the swelling goes down and all that. Have you seen her recently?
I saw pictures of her at her, I want to say 70th birthday party, and that woman
Mhm.
does not look 70.
Well, and there's some even more recent. She looks really, really good. Would
Yeah.
you get a
She
facelift?
I don't personally, I don't think I would get any type of surgery unless it was required for my health. I
Right.
just want to, age the way God intended for me to age. And that's
Okay.
not to knock anybody that does do it or wants to
Right.
do it. It's just not my thing.
And you're still young, so in 20 years, we'll come back to that question.
Yes, absolutely.
But overall, I liked it. I will not watch it again,
Okay.
but I really did like it.
Good. I feel like Mean Girls is one of those movies that I probably watch maybe like every 5 years. I'll turn it on. Just because, like, it's so stupid and funny to me. And I love Lindsay Lohan, and I'm glad Lindsay
Mhm.
is doing much better. I also love Rachel McAdams. Just the way those girls played those roles, I feel you also could relate to it. You had that experience in high school. Maybe you ate your lunch in the bathroom like that.
Ugh.
You were in this clique trying to be popular. You just weren't the best version of yourself in high school.
So the jungle scenes, when she inflicted the jungle scenes onto the high school scene, that was brilliant.
Yes, that was perfect.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And I have to say, every time the bus scenes occurred, I jump scared. I mean, I was just like, they were so good.
They got me. And then when the one finally hit Regina George, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God. She actually just got hit by this bus.
Yes, yes. But then I caught myself like almost cheering. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm cheering for someone getting hit by a bus. But then in real life, I'm like, would I really do that for some people? Perhaps.
I can think of one.
There's a couple I could think of. Yeah.
Yes.
And calling them plastics. I got it. Totally got that. Relatable.
Hey, now, here's a question. Do you also think that Janice was a bit of a mean girl?
Okay. Remind me, who is Janice?
So Janice is her friend,
The
and
golf one?
she the goth one, yep.
Okay. Mm. She reminds me of my daughter. So,
Really?
oh my gosh, my daughter's got this attitude, tough as nails, but yet so sweet on the inside, like, um, like almost too sensitive. So I
Gotcha.
think she lashed out and did mean things because of low self-esteem or something like that. So I'm gonna have to say yes, but not for the same reasons as the plastics.
I agree. I was on Threads and somebody was talking about the movie and they were like, Janice is also a mean girl. And I'm like, Janice did absolutely have her mean moments. And I felt like she was trying to get back at Regina for what Regina did to her, which I understood.
Yeah.
And then I think at the end, it's kind of like they all softened and we're starting to grow into the people they were really meant to be.
So let me ask you if you can remember being a teenager. It was horrible, right? Horrible time. When when do you think you put aside your teenage ways? So I'm sure it wasn't the day you turned 20. When do you think you became 100% adult like?
Oh, God. I feel like it probably wasn't until my late 20s because even when I got in college, I was partying and doing all the things. When I got out of college, those first few years, I was partying and doing all the things. So I would say I wasn't really invested in trying to be a real adult until like my later 20s. So like 26 on, I would say.
I
What
was
about
going to
you?
say 26 too. Yeah.
See?
Is that the same time you gained emotional maturity?
Yes,
Me too.
absolutely.
Yeah. It takes a while. And I just read an article because we all say, 25 is when you get your frontal lobe developed. But I just read an article the other day that we're up to 32.
I can see it.
That's scary as heck, though, because we've got all these 20-year-olds thinking they're adults and they're babies. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um, the gym coach doing sex ed, I guess he was a gym coach. The sex ed, I've got a quote
Yes.
here for you. I've got several quotes
Okay.
from him. Don't have sex, you will get pregnant and die.
He was doing the most, and I'm like, "You're also disgusting because then you're messing with 2 underage girls." And then he tried to spell
Yeah.
chlamydia with a K.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
Like,
But
how
I
did
thought that
you
was
get that
just
job?
yeah. You know what? They always put the coaches as the sex ed teachers, and I don't know. It's just probably not a good idea.
No, not at all. It was like, stick to teaching your football or whatever, because this what you're doing is it's not working.
So I know you won't understand this because you still have not watched Gilmore Girls, and I'm going to keep after you about that.
Yeah.
But the cafeteria scene was giving Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
Like when
Now
they
explain
first
to me
entered,
why.
I'm talking about the first cafeteria scene where they're introducing this is where the plastics sit, this is where the nerds sit, this is where the Asians sit. And Rory, the main character of Gilmore Girls, she was very independent and just didn't fit in. And she had to navigate the host scene also.
Gosh. I
Yeah.
actually that scene itself, I didn't have the exact experience, but I remember being the new girl because military family, we moved a lot. So I remember being the new girl and there was another new girl. So at the lunchtime, we found each other and sat together, and that's how we became friends. So that's how we bonded.
Oh, that's really good. You lucked
Yeah.
out.
Yes. And
You,
me and her, I haven't seen her in years, but we're still Facebook friends.
oh, good. Okay, good. All right. So I had a question for you. If you were in this movie, like in real life, which girl or which clique would you be friends with?
That's a good question. I was never the popular girl, so I definitely wouldn't
Mhm.
have been in that group. I feel like I honestly would have been Katie and would have hung out with Damien and
Oh,
Janice.
yes.
I feel like that would have been my thing.
Me too. And
Yes.
Damien, I love that guy.
He is amazing. I wish I saw him in more things. He's
Okay.
funny, just naturally funny, I think.
I'm going to say this and I hope it's not offensive to anybody, but he reminds me of Troy McEady
Oh, yes.
from Beyond the Blinds.
Absolutely.
Just like
They both just have great energy.
great energy, very lovable, very funny. Just love that. That was the first thought
Uh,
I had about him.
yes, I can see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Oh, if you are from Africa, why are you white? That was one of the quotes. Who's going to
And then
tell them?
you said, and then she said, you can't just ask people why they're white.
I forgot about that part. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And Gretchen Wieners, she did not learn because at the end of the movie, they're like, she found a new queen bee to serve. So that girl did not grow.
No, no. And there's going to be people, in case the listeners are young, there's going to be people who go into 40s and 50s still like that. I don't know if that's the case with you. I know you moved around a lot. So I don't know if you've established that group of people you follow on Facebook just because they're like a train wreck or something. But there's people I went to school with who are older than me. So we're talking in their 50s. And holy cow, they still have not got their life together.
See, and that's why I feel I'm so glad I got all of my stupidity, all of my crazy ways out in my 20s because I would hate to be 50 still doing the same old thing, still having no direction in life.
Oh, they're the kind actually going to parties. Have you seen this is such a white person thing. I apologize. Have you seen those redneck white trash parties?
I Okay, so I saw where there was a redneck mayhem that came to Kentucky and people were getting stabbed. And I said, why would anybody want to go to this?
I did not know about the stabbing part, but these parties pop up everywhere in Kentucky. Now, I'm from Appalachia and we don't do these things as we live it, right? We don't have to go to a party for this. But it's just so silly. They dress up in their cut off jeans and a wife beater and they got their hair all big and they go somewhere where it's like got a trailer and some broken signs and like cheap beer, like natty beer and broken down cooler somewhere. It's hard to explain to people.
Yeah.
You have to either be from Kentucky or no, you just have to be from Kentucky to get this, really. Yeah. I don't know how we got on this subject, but
It's okay. It's because we're catching up.
that's right. Oh, talking about hot messes. Anyway, these girls go to things like that. And I'm thinking, don't you have clothes to fold, a yard to mow, or something?
Exactly. A quilt to knit, something.
Yeah. Hey, that's fine. Keep on knitting if it keeps you out of those parties.
Absolutely. I'd like to get into knitting, but I haven't gotten there yet.
I can't do anything like that. I'm not blessed.
I feel like if somebody gave me a pattern to follow, I could figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter was doing it at the age of 5.
Are you
Totally
serious?
gifted. She had a grandmother who was teaching her, again, another gifted person, but she didn't learn that from me. She learned how to start a business, but she didn't learn how to quilt or anything from me. Yeah,
Hey, starting a business and knowing how to quilt are great qualities, so kudos.
she's pretty awesome. Now, do you remember the quote, "Do you have anything pink?"
Yes.
And the goth girl was like, "No."
And Damon's like, yes.
And she wore that big old shirt.
And then when they find her at the party and Damien's like driving the car, he's like, I'm not stopping this car. Curfew. Curfew at 1 a.m. It's now 1:10. And at the end, when they're done fighting, he's out the window. He's like, and I want my pink shirt back.
That was so funny. And I don't even know
Yes.
why that was funny, but it
It was just good.
was. Oh, and you know what? Once again, the diet culture of the 90s came up.
Yes,
Actually, I think
because
it was 2000s, but
the fact that they had a store called 135 for
Oh my
only sizes
gosh.
135,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. And those girls were starving themselves to be a 135.
They would show up to lunch with a Diet Coke and a house salad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just absolutely crazy. And remember she was trying to lose weight and Katie gave her all those bars that were
Counting
supposed to
bars.
and then everybody was making fun of her for gaining weight, but the girl still looked really good.
She still looked amazing, and then the fact that she's eating these Caltine bars, and then I don't know if you recognize the one in the one scene when she's at lunch, her whole plate is just like butter,
Yeah.
bread, cookies. Like that's it. Not a vegetable in sight.
Do you remember when they were on, like, that 3 or 4-way call, and they show what each person's doing, and she's got a big old baguette, and she's got butter on
Yes.
it, and she's munching on it?
She's munching on a baguette and then she's like, "Boo, you whore."
And they were talking about her butt being big. Her butt wasn't big.
It was normal size. I was
It
like,
was,
is the big butt in the room with us?"
you know. Hey, I know you went to different high schools, but in your
Mhm.
high schools that you went to, were the popular kids smart kids?
Not many of them. I feel like the popular kids were typically the stereotypical type of jock folks.
See, I think I went to a really weird school at a really weird time. So when I went to high school, it was the 90210 era,
Okay.
and everybody was trying to replicate that. It was a really friends, that too. So
Okay.
there was this clique who was super popular, and they have become super successful. They were the
Okay.
ones who seriously did, like, Calculus 2. Yeah. Yeah. They were really, really smart, and they were by far the most popular.
I love that because I feel that's an uncommon thing to happen in the high school system.
Yeah, I think it was really weird, though. It does not fit the stereotypes at all.
Not at all.
Oh, and I love the business card that one guy, and I'm so bad with names on this movie, but the one he gave for the math club?
Kevin G.
How do you remember all these names? You've watched it too many times.
I have, and I love Kevin G. Like I could probably get half of his rap to you.
Oh my
I
gosh.
love that.
But that business card was so hilarious. They even do business cards anymore? Do you have a business card?
I do not have a business card. And I feel a lot of folks, like if I go to a networking event, a lot of people have their business cards virtually, is how they exchange their information now.
I think we have gone to that. I think business cards stopped maybe 5 years ago or more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
agree with that.
if you go to a bank or somewhere like that, they're gonna have a business card,
Yeah,
but it's more of a corporate thing, not an individual thing anymore.
I agree.
The Planned Parenthood call.
Oh my
A
gosh.
few HIPAA violations. So,
Absolutely.
Planned Parenthood will not call your parents. Let's make that very clear to our listeners. That violates
Yes,
so many laws and they will be shut down.
absolutely. They would never risk that type of thing at all.
No. Oh my gosh. Once again, though, this is a movie that showed malls were bustling.
They were out there, out and about, just strolling through the mall, buying all the things, looking cute.
Hmm.
We don't do that. That's not a thing.
So occasionally I go to a mall, like maybe 4 or 5 times a year, and we usually have a goal. Like we are going to go here and here, and then we eat food, and that's it. But the leisurely walk and the shopping just to shop, who can afford that?
Not I.
No, I mean, even if I go to like a different grocery store, I'm getting all my grocery store apps and comparing prices.
Listen, I love to coupon, so please give
Okay.
me a coupon so I can save money. I
Yeah.
feel like I walk outside and I spend $100 just
Oh
breathing, and
gosh.
I'm like, on what? Gas doesn't gas the way it used to. I just filled up. I had to fill up again today. What's going on?
Do you go to Kroger?
I do.
And every Friday, 4 times the fuel points.
App. Listen, I love going to Kroger. I love their coupons.
Yep.
So we definitely use them. We used Walmart. And I love Costco.
They don't have one around here. So,
Yes.
oh, the rock hard boobs. Literally rock hard boobs.
The dog was
Yes.
chewing on her.
She didn't feel it.
Not at all. And then
Oh my
So
gosh.
when Regina and Sam, I think Sam was his name, are like making out in the bed, the mom comes in. She's like, "Do you guys need anything? Juice, condoms?" My parents would have never.
Oh my gosh. Now, I'm not dumb. I know my son and his girlfriend, who are here actually in another room. They are probably sexually active. And I'm not going to, try to give them heck about it, but I'm sure not going to pamper them about it.
Absolutely. I want you to be safe, but I'm not encouraging you to, get busy all
Yeah.
the time.
So my son is 19. When he turned 18, he contacted Planned Parenthood. He is 100% sure he does not want children. So he went to go get a vasectomy. And do you know they would not allow him to until he turns 21?
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. Yeah. So he's about to turn 20. Anyway, next year for his birthday, I am giving him a vasectomy. Not personally, I'm giving him the money for a vasectomy.
Well, good. You're
Yeah.
supporting what he wants.
Yeah, but until then, there is that risk, and for God's sake, why do we have that?
Exactly. And then I knew for women, I think if you want to have your tubes tied, you have to be past a certain age too. And
Uh-huh.
it's why do I have to be 25 to get my tubes tied? If I
Mm,
don't want children, that
right.
should be enough.
So I asked my doctor after I had my daughter, so I was 28,
Mhm.
asked him to tie my tubes, and he said no, because if I did, I'd come to him years later crying because I couldn't have another child.
The audacity is high.
Yeah, definitely. And, love all my kids, but, I should have had a more of a choice.
Absolutely. It's your body. People should have rights to their own bodies.
Exactly. Anyway, what was your favorite part of the movie?
Ooh, that is a good question. So I actually enjoy um so there's two parts I really enjoy. So I enjoy the talent show when they're
Yes.
doing
Yes.
like the Jingle Bell Rock and the stereo messes up and she kicks the stereo and it hits that asshole in the face. I love that.
Yeah.
And
But the
then the
way she
dad
picks it up and just does it though. Yeah. Oh, the
and then
dad.
yes, he's
Poor
making his
dad.
faces like, what is going on? What is my daughter doing? What are these girls wearing?
Yeah, because I think she like slapped her hip or something and his face just went. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love that.
that was a great part. The asymmetrical skirts. The skirts were either super short, like
Mhm.
way too short, like you
Mm,
can't sit down and have your butt covered short,
absolutely.
or they were asymmetrical in the hemline. Did you notice that?
I did, and I will say that there are 2 outfits that Lindsay wore that I loved. So she wore this one long skirt that was very colorful.
That's what
I
I'm talking about.
loved that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
cute.
That's the one I was talking about. It's sort of like I think they call it a handkerchief hem.
Yes, yes.
That's it. Yeah. I miss those. Bring those back.
Absolutely. I'd love to own one of those.
It's really funny though, like the skirts were shorter than Clueless.
Yes.
Clueless were tasteful. These were well, no wonder they didn't want their butt to be big because the skirt wouldn't fit right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, did you ever throw a party that got out of hand?
Absolutely not. My parents didn't play that.
Yeah. Well, something happened whenever I was in college and I came back. This is like the only summer I came back from college and I never came back again. But anyway, my brothers, when my parents were out of town, and they
Mhm.
hardly ever went out of town, but when they were out of town, they decided we're going to have a few friends over. Okay. And so they really meant a few friends. And you got to understand, we live way out in the middle of nowhere on a farm in Kentucky. Okay.
Mhm.
Big old driveway. And there's pasture land on both sides. People kept coming. They kept coming. And they're like parking everywhere. And it was getting way out of control. My brothers went down the driveway and we had like these cattle gates. You know what I'm talking about? Cattle gates.
Mhm.
We pulled them across the driveway because we were trying to get people, don't come here. Okay. We can't do this. So we had people making out in my parents' bed, which I thought was freaking disgusting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they were driving our four-wheelers, which we always drove responsibly, okay? We might drive them fast, but we're not gonna be, like, on 2 wheels like they were. because that's so dangerous. Nobody should do that. And we
Absolutely.
lived in a house that was like, it's very common in Kentucky, underground on 3 sides. So on the back side of the house, the roof was almost at ground level. So they were climbing up the roof in the back and jumping off the roof in the front of the house.
Were these people drunk?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. But I have to tell you, I had like a few years of being a little bit wild. Hard to believe, I know. So I was drinking and I cannot control my alcohol. That's one reason I don't drink because I'm not a good drunk.
Yeah.
And I was trying to move my dad's truck because somebody had to move. And I was trying, in my drunk state, I thought this was a good idea. Okay. Take my dad's truck and they still to this day do not know. So I hope they never listen to this. I back it down the basketball goal. So
Mhm.
I destroyed the side of my dad's truck, and there's all these ruts and stuff. So everybody at the party gets real quiet, okay? And I'm like calling my mom, and I'm upset. Like, I'm so sorry. I wrecked dad's truck. Well, I didn't really wreck it. I was at Walmart, and somebody did this, and everybody in there was like quiet as a mouse, which is so weird because they were so drunk, okay?
Yeah.
And they still do not know. They've wondered a few times, but they don't know. But I had all these ruts in the yard for where I did this, and there's no trees around there. But I took buckets of leaves and was filling in these ruts.
I am crying. You were committed to selling your story.
So this has been probably 25 years and they still don't know the truth.
Wow. Well, I really hope they never listen to this because they're going to be like, oh, so that's what really happened.
That's what happened. Yeah, I know. It wasn't my party, but I'm the one who did the worst stuff, you know? Gosh.
I really go to parties until I went to college, actually.
Yeah, I didn't, but when I didn't do it often, but when I did it pretty damn big, I have to
You said
say.
I made it count.
I did. Well, I worked all the time, so I didn't have very many opportunities. But there was this one party I went to. I was 20, and at that time, I was so sick, crawled across the floor to get to the bathroom. I mean, like really, really sick. And I stopped drinking beer after that, like no more. So by the time I was 21, I had really gotten out of my system.
Yeah. And that's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
I had oh my gosh, in college, I think I want to say my first drink, I was 19,
Mhm.
and it was, oh my God, this nasty drink called Blue Wave, and we mixed it with Gatorade. Disgusting.
That sounds so teenage-like.
Yeah,
Oh my
never again.
gosh. So I drank so much when I was 19/20, which I don't recommend. I'm actually totally a teetotaler now. But they actually made a drink after me
Hmm.
at this one place we used to go to.
Okay.
And if hopefully nobody has kids listening. If you do, close their ears. It was called Tight Snatch.
I'm crying.
Oh, I
Sage, you are a wild girl.
I was, and I'm so tame now. So I'm not proud that I drank so much, but I'm really proud of the name of that.
That is hilarious. That's legendary.
Oh my gosh, I'm just so glad that I've got good kids who didn't do this shit to me.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
You taught them right, so you did well.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, in the movie, they were talking about girl on girl crime.
Hmm.
Isn't that about the truth?
It is still the truth. Just
Yeah,
and how many times do you see those stories of girls who I'm a true crime girly, so I watch a lot of
yeah,
like Dateline, 48 Hours, 2020, all the things. How
me
many
too.
times are you watching an episode and it's the girl's friend who's the one that takes her out because she was jealous of her?
I don't get it. I I kind of think girls like that need hobbies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Channel your jealousy and your energy into something else.
Again, try quilting or knitting or something.
Something like go play rugby, go do
That's
something instead of a
right.
life of crime and taking somebody's life. Like it's just crazy to me.
Well, that's a great way to wrap this up.
Heck yeah.
Regina takes all her energy after therapy, I believe, if I remember correctly, and gets into sports.
Yes.
And pretty badass, may I add.
She was on that field doing what needed to be done.
That was probably the favorite part of the movie.
I
That was
really
great.
enjoyed that. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Do you want me to go ahead and tease next week's?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I've got a quote. It says, I'm sure people watching from the outside were like, what is this fucking girl's problem?
I can't wait to see what we're talking about next week.
I haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. And I really don't think too many people have, though we all know about it.
Absolutely. And we're going to yap and discuss it and deep dive it on our next episode.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. So thank you guys for just special thank you if you guys have made it. This is our third episode. So
Oh,
thank
so
you for
exciting.
holding on and growing with us. And we're just having a blast doing this.
Talk to you later.
Yes. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.